Moving things around here a little bit. Hello, everybody. If you're watching, thank you. Just kind of hanging out here for a few minutes if you're watching the rebroadcast here. Again, trying out a new format, the StreamYard software trial version. It's what the little duck up in the corner is all about. It is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Again, thank you for watching. If you are just joining us, the verdict of guilt upon Derek Chauvin was brought to sentence today. And Derek Chauvin was sentenced to 22 and a half years. And according to current Minnesota standards, he will serve roughly 2/3 of that amount of time, so about 15 years with time off for good behavior. Now, to some, I just realized I spilled something. To some, it was not enough. Was not enough time. It wasn't the maximum amount of time that that could have been rendered. It was a little bit more than what I personally expected. The average time for such a sentence, based on multiple cases in Minnesota, is about 12 years. And with aggravating circumstances, it went to 22 and a half years. So to some, this was justice. To others, this was a continued injustice. As I said, it is deemed by many not to be enough. And to some, it was excessive and brutal and way too much. Thus, the divide in our country. So the question launched tonight, is there a divide in the country that is insurmountable? And does this ruling today help to heal, or is it just going to widen that divide? And I'm not going to be on here very long, probably 15, 20 minutes. Just wanted to give people an opportunity to be heard if they wanted to be heard. Kendrick Wilson, how you doing? Good to see you and see you well. Lots of stuff going on, things that I've been monitoring tonight. Protests going on in Rock Hill, South Carolina for the third night after the brutal arrest of a pair of brothers that was caught on tape and went viral, the video, to the police use of over force and incredibly aggressive. And it turned so quickly. And it was just one of those videos that can cause a spark. And yes, we're reminded that too often things happen that aren't on video. It is a lot going down. Absolutely, a lot going down. And I'm not going to be on here very long. I just want everybody let everybody know that we're monitoring. There's a lot going down, and some things aren't getting talked about. And what we're doing here on this channel is trying to talk about some of the things that aren't going to get talked about as much, such as Rock Hill, South Carolina, with everything else that's going down. Kendrick, sleep well. Again, I'm not going to be on here very long, and primarily I wanted to do this just kind of document what's going on today, because we've been covering things. Basically, the George Floyd murder got a lot of people to pay attention, and then some people don't have a lot of attention span and lost focus over the course of things. And the trial brought the focus back. And once again, the sentence today brings the focus back. So if nothing else, this is part of what I've been trying to do with the show, which is document historical times. And that includes the coverage we've had of the NFAC, the coverage we've had of various events, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Haven't talked much about what's going on with Russia, the United States, and Great Britain. Haven't talked about much what's going on with Israel and Iran. Haven't talked much about what's going on in the world, because the focus is too intense here in our own country. And actually, my phone's buzzing. For those that don't know, the speaker's out of my phone, and so I can't put a call on speakerphone. I can't hear it ring. But when I get a text, it buzzes, and I do hear text, and so I miss a lot of phone calls. But anyway, the text always draws my attention, and that's what happened. And it just kind of shows the times that we're in, that it's hard. It's hard. It's an uncomfortable time. And the summer's going to get hotter, and not just temperature wise, but things are going to heat up this summer, and things may not heat up as some anticipate or some expect. But again, I'm not going to be on here very long. I just wanted to get this out. And if anybody wanted to talk, give them an opportunity that they might not have otherwise. And I'm looking big picture with this day, because we'll look back on this day. Now, there are protests going on, as I said, in Rock Hill, South Carolina. There are protests going on in Minneapolis, Minnesota, that I've been monitoring. They're in the streets in Minneapolis after the decision this afternoon, and everything has been peaceful. I understand there are going to be protests. It is 10 minutes after 12 on the East Coast and on Eastern Standard Time. So it's only shortly after 9 o'clock in Portland and Seattle, and I hear things are going to happen there tonight. So I'm going to be on here monitoring throughout the next few hours to see what's going on, just because it's a Friday night, and we try to cover things across the country from the east to the west. And if anything does happen that is newsworthy, we'll get it out to you. a lot of things going on, and a lot of things are getting more than enough coverage that there are things that we don't necessarily have to talk about here on this show. So we'll keep monitoring the protesting situations. We'll keep an eye on things that might otherwise fall through the cracks, as there are so many big stories going on. And I just wanted to get this one last thing out about the George Floyd murderer, Derek Chauvin. He said something very cryptic. If you watched the sentencing, he said something very cryptic. He said he didn't want to make a complete statement at this time because information is getting ready to come out that he didn't want to. He didn't want to anyway jeopardize the new information that was coming, or the new situation that was coming. We're coming up on July 4th. Now, over the next the days from now until July 4th, I'm going to be talking a lot more about that, because I've gathered some information on some things, and I'm going to lay it all out, what could possibly be coming July 4th. And again, we all feel the tension. You know, some people snap under the tension and start shooting people in supermarkets and stuff. So we've always got to have our heads on a swivel. But we're going to be coming into an incredibly tense time this summer, and it may not be exactly how people imagine it to be. If violence breaks out on a large scale across our country, it would be the most destructive thing we could ever do to ourselves and to our future generations. So I'm going to be talking a lot about that between now and July 4th as well. Hello, Puffin. Thank you for being here, and I hope people are watching the videos of the music you make. Being positive and creative is something we need to be focusing on in this time of darkness. I don't know how easy peasy that would be. It depends on how many of them there are and where they're at. So try my new book, The Book of Judas. I'll take a look at that. Actually, I'm going to be publishing a book coming out here. I'm going to have a book coming out here very soon, hopefully. I need a cover, and I'm going to try to do it myself, I guess. So anyway, beside the point, just kind of throwing it out. Yeah, Puffin, give me the gist of it real fast. Give me like what's called an elevator pitch, where you got like 45 seconds to a minute between floors when you find yourself on an elevator with somebody. I don't want to talk about mine just yet. Actually, I just finished polishing it today, and a friend has the first copy and is going to give me an opinion. Then I'll make sure that everything's understandable in it. Then I'll go back and check for punctuation, and then format it, make sure there's no misspellings, any stupid stuff, and then we'll get it published. Thank you, man. Thank you, Puffin. I appreciate that. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate everybody, and I thank you all. I say it at the beginning, I try to say it at the end, but it's not enough. Thank you all for watching always. And until next time. Oh, hold on a second. Interesting. And so it's written as a gospel story of Jesus, only written from the perspective of Judas. Okay. Okay. Tanya, absolutely. Yeah. And there was a lot of anger and angst on the lawn of the courthouse immediately immediately after the sentence was announced. There was a group gathered listening to it, and when it was announced, they were very angry and went after white mainstream media, and were I got some of it on the earlier footage, thanks to CJ being there from CJ TV. So, oh, okay. I'll look it up, Puffin. Thank you, and thank you, Tanya, for being here. Thank you, everybody that's been watching or will watch in the future. No, I'm not normally on at this time, but it was kind of a unique night, and the way like McAfee, yeah, McAfee's wife's. For those that don't know, McAfee, the antivirus software. The guy that developed that made a gazillion dollars and supposedly committed suicide in a Spanish jail. And his wife is like, there's no way he would be. Okay, interesting analogy. Again, thank you all for watching. I love you all. And I'm going to be monitoring what's going on tonight. Probably not back on tonight unless something just, something develops or breaks that's just that needs to get out. And tomorrow, I think I'm going to go down and I think I'm going to see, I used to play music, and I've got some of the original music, and every once in a while I play an original song to start a live episode, just to have something going on while people are signing in. And I'm going to go down and watch some of the guys I used to play music with tomorrow night, I think. So I'm not sure if I'll be on tomorrow or not. And again, I may be back on later tonight. You just never know. That's why you need to hit the subscribe button, please. And then hit the bell, the notification. And you can choose when you want to be notified. If you want to be notified if I'm live or anytime an episode, you can make your choices there with the bell, I'm pretty sure. So do that. Hit the like button if you would. And subscribe, like, share. And if you're watching the recorded version here, leave a comment at the bottom. George Floyd's murderer, Derek Chauvin, police officer, former police officer, sentenced to 22 and a half years. He'll serve about 2/3 of that with time off for good behavior. So about a 15-year sentence is what it amounts to. And that's a long time to be in a box by yourself, because he's going to be basically in isolation, because for his own protection, he'll be in select. He won't be in the general populace, and that doesn't mean he won't be a target, and that doesn't mean somebody won't get to him. Those things happen, but 15 years of sitting in a box is a long time, and I understand why there are those that don't think it's enough. I don't understand anybody that thinks he should have had probation if they actually saw the tape and watched the entire tape of the execution of George Floyd. So until next time, it is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. Again, thank you all for watching. I love you all. It is a dark world. Try to be a light. Good night.